Hi there, I'm Sphinx Akashaa, the champion of Bards, and the creator and proprietor of the Everbright Archive. We like to tell stories here, and the best stories are told with a cup of hot, soothing tea. I'm really proud that our show is affiliated with one of the best tea shops in the multiverse, Friday Afternoon Tea. They're a fantastic family-owned company based right here out of the Pacific Northwest, and they offer amazing teas and tea blends that are made for geeks and by geeks. They specialize in incredible blends based on some of your favorite fandoms. My favorite tea right now is called Number 9 for the Tomb. It's an aged white tea inspired by Tamsin Muir's Locked Tomb trilogy, and that's just one of the fandoms this tea shop is inspired by. To learn more and get some amazing teas of your own, visit FridayTea.com and use the code MULTIVERSE. That's MULTEAVERSE at checkout to get 10% off your total purchase, because we're friends now. See you out there on the Storied Path.
Within each of us is a storyteller and a story waiting to be told. Universes of our own making that we breathe into life with our very being.
And we tell these stories to live, to relate, to entertain, to understand, and to connect. For we are the stories that help others to understand themselves.
We tell stories that are funny, sad, heroic, common, and fantastical. For we are all these things and more.
And when we come together, share our universes with one another, we create something special. We create a multiverse.
Here, at the center of the multiverse,
we welcome you to sit,
get cozy,
and listen
as we traverse the storied path. Here, we welcome you to the Everbright Archive.
And hello, welcome back once again, my fellow Wayfarers, to the Everbright Archive, TTRPG actual play anthology podcast series. I am, of course, your host, Sphinx Akashaa, your current champion of Bards. I'm joined here today as this time zone, whenever you're listening to this, watching this, as always, by this fantastic table of creators, and also, I guess, competition for my title. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves, and we're gonna jump right into part 2 of our combat. Pens down, fists up. Part 2. We'll go ahead and start with our very own, our favorite woman of mystery who basks in obscurity, the icon, Brynniursa.
Darn right. That was the best introduction. 10 out of 10. Congratulations, you've nailed it. There we go. Hi there, ho there. I'm Brynniursa. And I've still got it.
Right after I take a sip of tea, too.
You can find me at Brynniursa on all socials. I've been kind of paused because everyone out there, I have been so focused on trying to edit a personal project of mine called The Echoes of Actor that you want to give a listen. But that's not why you're here today. You're here for this. You're here. I play Jodie Banks, Moth. And you're gonna see. I got that time. Muff. Yep, find me in my obscurity, if you dare.
Oh, I love it! I love it! I love it! Next on my screen, I'm gonna throw it over to the amazing, the fantastic, the gorgeous Madness Diamond.
Hiya, I'm Madness Diamond, but since we're friends now, you can call me Diamond. I am a TTRPG actual play performer. I am a sex worker. I work with a lot of nonprofits. I do a lot of things in the TTRPG sphere. I am an admin, an executive producer. I do a lot. You can find me at Madness Diamond on all my socials. That's where you can find me. And today, this time zone that you will be listening to this, I'm playing Lysandra Agni, who is not an arsonist, but is just a fire dancer who got turned into a bunny person with horns and fangs. Are you noting down that I said I'm not an arsonist?
Yes, I have a counter.
Iconic.
I have a counter for this.
I love this.
If you want to see the counter for the I'm not an arsonist counter, join our Discord.
Go. Oh, Discord.
It does get updated.
I feel like she's
I'm also
not an arsonist in the sense that it's not intentional.
I'm also, like our other cast members, in the Discord, and you will see me every now and again asking people in our Discord to vote on polls for what we talk about in our after show. So if you'd like to come participate in the chaos, come join.
Yeah. All right. I will also throw it over to our resident supermodel, I guess, now. The amazing, the cryptic, the absolutely fantastic Selkie Cove.
Hello. I am Selkie Cove. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Selkie Cove. You can also find me in not one, but 2 magazines now. I am featured in 2. In one of them, I have an entire article written about me. So if you want to see that in Maxim Next, I actually have moi. And for CoverGirl, I'm currently part of 3 modeling competitions, and in all 3, I currently hold the first spot at the moment. So you can vote for me for free every day. I'm just gonna plug that real quick. But outside of me plugging things you can vote for me for, I am a model. I'm also an actress. I do a lot of creepy cute kind of things, which is surprising to nobody if you've known me for any amount of time. But I'm not really doing a lot of streams anymore. And so the Bright Archive is going to be the one quote-unquote stream podcast that I'm on for the longest time.
And we are so happy and lucky to have you. I'm so grateful that you're with us.
I'm grateful for you guys. But yeah, I will be an Everbright Archive podcast exclusive for a while. And I am playing Blaidd Leary, who went from being human to a weird robot. It's really, really stoked about it.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it. And then I will throw it over to our resident Sweet Bean. You know him, you love him, you're jealous of his afro. Bardic Sweet Tea.
Why, hello. What's going on, people? My name is Sweet Tea. I can be found on all the socials at Bardic Sweet Tea, where I'm basically just a semi-professional buffoon making the ha-has. I've been on a bit of a hiatus for like the past year or so. I'm gonna see if I can gather the spoons to get back into content creating pretty soon. We'll see how that works out for me. But for the most part, guys, you can find me on my Twitch channel about 2 or 3 times a week. I'm also on the aforementioned Echoes of Actor that Brynniursa has brought up. If you're looking for The Walking Dead show to enjoy. And I'm on a couple different D&D RPG streams around the interwebs, which you'll find that if you just follow me on various socials.
And of course, those of you listening, watching, whatever, our Beacons link is likely going to be in the description, and it will have links to where you can find all of us doing all the things that we like to do across time and space and the internet. So please check us out. It's where you will also find a link to our Discord, as well as a link to our Ko-fi, where if you become a subscriber, you can get access to some of the cool extra little tidbits and details that we put out, like our after show, or the original music that I create and produce specifically for this show. It's going to be a good time, and we'd love for you to come and hang out with us and help support us, help us keep the lights running. Huge shout out real quick.
Sorry, I almost forgot. I didn't mention I'm playing Malachi Davis today.
Yes,
I forgot to mention my character. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Who, for the time being, is still a regular dude. For now.
That's true. For now. Ooh. I'm very curious and excited as to how Malachi will evolve, perhaps. That's going to be fun. Because I know nothing of this yet. I'm the storyteller. Tingly. Before we begin, I want to give a huge shout out to our affiliate at Friday Afternoon Tea. That's FridayTea.com. You can get all manner of amazing teas from Friday. They are local to me here in the Washington, Seattle area. They make great teas, like fandom blends. So if you're looking for a Studio Ghibli blend, they have an entire Studio Ghibli collection. If you like Gideon the Ninth, they have teas from that series. It's whatever fandom you like. She probably has the tea, an entire selection of teas for it. So please check them out. And if you want to save 10% at checkout, use code MULTIVERSE. That's MULTEAVERSE. And yeah, we can save your money, and you'll be doing us a solid as well. You'll be helping to support a really cool podcast and a really cool tea provider. Now, that being said, let's bring us back to speed with what's been going on with our 4 teachers turned heroes. You've all been summoned from your version of Earth to a world called Phaedos. You don't know where Phaedos happens to be, but you do know that it is ruled and presided over by a being called the Guided Dreamer. And that there's only one real rule of law here, is that if you want to free yourselves, you have to make your way through to the final level, because this world also has levels to it, to the 12th floor of this world, fight and defeat, possibly even kill the Guided Dreamer, to not just free yourselves from being trapped here on this world, but free everyone else, because no one can leave. You have met up with some amazing and hilarious characters. You've met up with... oh my gosh. Where is it? You've met up with Mistress Kali Zephyrin, who is the High Priestess of the Temple of Solim. You've met up with Duke, our burly werewolf man. You've met Curator, our resident artificer maker. and you've met Desdemona, who is a spiritist and combat specialist, all of whom belong to an organization called The Circle, whose goal has been, as far as you know, to help heroes who have been summoned to this world prepare for this journey that they have to take across this world to try and defeat the Guided Dreamer. They've been around for a while, and they've done what they could. We've also learned that you are one of two sets of adults that have been summoned here in the history of this world. Usually, whenever anyone else gets summoned here, they're summoned here as teenagers, which you also learned that the Circle kind of keeps them under wraps and trains them up, lets them grow to adulthood before releasing them off into the wild to do what they can to free themselves. Some of them give up, and unfortunately, some of them do die in the process. And upon learning that, you all have agreed that this Guided Dreamer being has got to go. You had a very, very cool episode where you went through this beautiful training montage where you all got to learn the gist of these powers that you have been gifted with as a result of your summoning. Jodie finding out that she is strong and tough and now has a book that transformed into an axe, as well as a book that transformed into a shield. Very cool. Jodie also has had some changes happen to her, where she has evolved into what we call one of the larvae, which is the moth folk. She has not made the full change over to larvae, but she does have a nice little antenna and lovely, lovely wings to help her fly and glide. And it's a good time. She so far has used those quite spectacularly. Lysandra has also gone through a bit of a change, where they have just a little bit. They've transformed into. Could you give me the name of that creature again?
Vulpertinger.
Of a Vulpertinger.
Basically a vampire jackalope kind of creature.
It's a great time. They've got lop bunny ears, they've got a set of antennae, and they've got wings of their own that are starting to grow in, as well as fang teeth. And they're also a bit taller than they were before, which, that happens. It happens sometimes. And then there's Blaidd Laoghaire, who has, I think, gone through the most drastic change out of everyone. They have gone through and completely altered themselves, going from fragile human to ridiculous cyborg robot.
We're not even at cyborg. We're at robot.
Full robot with a hoverboard with a scorpion tail on it. It's a great time. I think the only one who has not really transformed yet has been Malachi. Malachi is still just a dude. I mean, he's got powers and stuff too, but he's just a guy. So we saw that, and then we saw the beginning of their final test, where the agents of the Circle decided to put them through a bit of a combat test. Curator built some really, really cool clockwork automatons that they fought. Desdemona took off her top robes and revealed that she's jacked. And is, at the end of our last episode, is joining the fray. 4 of the 5 clockwork robots are now off the field. One of them very much destroyed by Desi. The other one, Blaidd bonded with and is now sitting cross-legged at the edge of the stage. They're in this theater doing this test, sitting at the edge of the stage, just watching. Very much now, I imagine it now has like banners that it suddenly made and is waving them and going, woo! That's kind of where I think we will begin. There's one sentinel left standing. It is a large, imposing, commanding Reaper sentinel, or not Reaper, Harvester sentinel, that is towering. Some damage has been done to them, but it is still looking really, really tough and really, really lethal. And Desdemona is now like flexing her muscles, and you can see like she's slender, but also like still like ripped. You can see the corded muscle just kind of ripple across the skin and underneath as she does kind of like that Bruce Lee thing where she just flexes and you can hear the bones crack and the muscles creak. Malachi, how are you feeling right now?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Listen. I'm a sucker for a muscle mommy. I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000,000 times again.
That is legit. And yeah, we're here for that. Yes. So as the sentinel stands there, or the harvester rather stands there, and Desdemona walks up and she looks at you all. She goes, "Let's make this a bit more sporting." And she just waves her hand forward, speaking in a language that does not translate at all for you all. And this green light passes over each of you. And you are all now at full health, full mind points, and full inventory points. And as you feel this kind of cool energy wash over you, I want this to be as fair as possible. And the sentinel kind of looks over at her and says,
"What about me?"
And she looks at the sentinel. "You're fine. You've still got enough of your. They put just a little bit of a dent in you. You'll be okay." And the sentinel just.
Very well.
And we are going to. I believe we ended on the their turn. So yes.
So does that mean that all of the negative status effects that happened because of Blaidd's bomb is no longer there, or does that still exist?
That's a great question. So you can see that when you can all of you that were affected by this can feel that those status effects have been cleansed.
What?
So you are all fine. You're no longer weakened, slowed, dazed, or any of that. That was a great question. I had forgotten about that, so thank you for reminding me about that. Desi kind of walks in front of the sentinel about maybe 10 feet away from where all of you are, and moves into a fighting position, and then does the come hither with the hands whenever you're ready. And we begin with whoever on whichever the heroes would like to go first. I will also say at this point that Duke and Duke and Callie Zephyrin are sitting in kind of the seats off stage with like buckets of popcorn, just like, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be very good. And Duke's like, we've trained them all right. They'll be fine, right? Right? Yeah. And Callie's just like, well, I guess we'll see. And Carrera's off on like kind of in the backstage area, like off in the wings, sitting in her chair, just kind of like twiddling her fingers and kind of like, okay, like very much in anticipation as to what's going to happen next.
And Malachi would be like, don't worry, guys, we've got this. Blaidd, go and have this.
Blaidd, all too happy to, Blaidd. That was terrible. Is going to, for better or for worse, reach into their bag and pull out something. And I'm gonna roll to find out.
Oh boy, here we go. So for those of you listening, Blaidd is a tinkerer with a what was it? A bombing specification? Alchemy. So you can make alchemical stuff. Sometimes they're bombs, sometimes they're healing, and it does things, and so they're sometimes fairly random. So what did we get?
So I rolled 2 2s, and so what happens is you or one ally you can see that is present in the scene. I would know, Blaidd would know, who uses Dex and Might, but don't have one of those two or both at a 12.
My Dex is already at 12.
I use Might, and that's at 10. My Dex is at 6.
I use neither of those.
Cool. So
Yeah, my Might is a 6, and my Dex is a 12.
Okay, so this is gonna go towards Jodie for maximum effectiveness. Because Jodie, as this essentially like canister of gas gets thrown at you, it seems very volatile, and it seems like it might hurt, but instead of hurting, all it does is your insight and your willpower go one size higher up until the end of your next turn.
All right.
Nice.
And how it happens is Blaidd is like going towards Desi, is going towards the enemy, and then reaches something and then kind of twists to throw it at Jodie, and it's like, I hope for the best.
That's all you can do. Oh, that's something. You're really cooking, honey.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I got a little kick to me now.
Good. Kick things.
All right.
All right, and I'm assuming that will end your turn then?
That's it, I believe.
Cool. Well, all right then. Desi sees you coming, and she's gonna like start to kind of like jog a couple of steps in your direction, and will like leap into the air, and will do this kind of like very much like a soccer scissor kick at you to try and knock you off of your hoverboard. So we'll go ahead and roll that. Does a 14 hit your defense?
Fuck.
Yes. Barely.
So she kicks you for 18 points of damage. And just thump. And you feel that, like, that her foot lands, like, in your solar plexus and just pushes. Go ahead and make me a Dex plus Might roll to see if you are able to stay on your board. The DL is going to be 10. With a 14, you absolutely stay on the board, but you do take that full damage.
There's a moment where there is a
Fuck! That was rude.
and then Blaidd, like, regains, like, the balance, but is obviously like, oh, I'm glad I'm not squishy anymore kind of look.
That's legit. That is legit. Yeah, that will end Desdemona's turn. Who would like to go next?
I would like to go next.
All right.
Jodie's going to get back up on there. She's flying up. And she's got a little kick to her. And so instead of dive bombing with, as she had before, she spins in the air. And as she does so, the pages come out of her book, whirling around her. And suddenly, it seems like there's a huge book under her feet. And she shifts and starts going down like a sledgehammer.
Oh, damn.
And that means since I've got that boost, I roll with 12s now? Yes, okay, alright. So that would be a roll check, so it... Because otherwise it would be... Okay.
Yeah.
What does a 15 do?
15.
I think.
15, you will come down at Des, and Des will, rather than try to block, she will just step aside, and you will land next to her. And she will look at you, will kind of give you a smirk, and will nod. Very creative. Very nice. That's impressive. Way to work with what you have.
So,
Much obliged.
was that considered a miss?
That was a miss. Do you have something you can do right away?
Yeah.
Like, that's a mischievous look.
Yes. Malachi is going to, like, shout over to Jodie and be like, "That was just the rehearsal, darling! Give it another go!" And I'm going to activate my trust in you, which allows me to spend a fabulous point so that they can re-roll or improve the result of their check.
Yo.
Oh, this is too much pressure. Oh no. Okay, alright. Let's try to re-roll that. Alright. Let's try it. Okay. As she moves, it shifts again to just like she does this little, alright, how did your show go again? A 1 and a 2. And she does a little kick, step, touch. And then, bam! Goes back up with her leg. And that's embarrassing.
And Des just takes a step backwards, and you just see it, like, whiffs in front of her. But, like, you can see, like, the camera would, like, see this happen in slow motion. And as she looks back, it's like, huh. And then looks over at Malachi and gives him, like, a big wide smile and a nod. I see you.
Malachi, she sees you.
Fine, because I see her too. Looks at me, now look at him.
And she, like, will flex and, like, it looks like she's starting to move into something. But we will then turn over to our Harvester Sentinel. Unless you have something else you could do, Jodie.
There is nothing that she can do.
All right. Then we'll move to our Harvester. And let's see. That's right, he can only do that once. So yeah, he's just gonna straight up take his the Reaper blade that was once his arm and is going to basically dive towards Lysandra. And not dive, but like dash towards Lysandra for a harvesting strike attack. I'm pretty sure a 5 will miss you.
No. And it's gonna just... I imagine the way this gets... Because this is a physical attack, right? So it's against my physical defense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I imagine this is kind of just sidestep. The blade goes by and just smiles up. It's just like, you're very funny coming to play with me. I like that about you.
Oh, we are going to do so much more than just play, little one.
Promises you make to me.
I love it. And that will be all that he's able to do. So, yeah, that's his turn. Who's next? We've got either Lysandra or Malachi on deck. Lysandra, all right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I want to play with the Harvester. I want to flirt with the Harvester. It's fine. Because they did miss, and just for the flow of it, I think it's like as that sidestep happens in the banter, Lysandra spins the dragon staff around and then basically just hits and swings with it.
Cool.
So it's quite literally like the way that they usually stand is with it on their shoulders and they're balancing their hands on it. So it's that sidestep and it's just full rotation around and then just smack.
I like that.
So I'm rolling willpower, which are 2d10s, yes. I believe.
I believe so, yes. You are correct.
Yes. Is a 10 gonna hit?
A 10 will just miss.
Damn.
That's their defense, yeah. It's a physical attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 will hit. Will miss, rather. And they'll feel the whiff of that and will just...
Very pretty stick. I think I'd like to break it.
You would break my heart if you did. So you better get better at the stabbing if you'd like to do that. Come on. Hit me with something fun.
Oh, I like you.
Everyone likes me. I'm a little fiery.
He goes,
only a little?
Yes, only a little.
Hey there, this is Magnus, Goblin Artificer Extraordinaire, and you're listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play anthology podcast series. I hope you're enjoying the show. Now, let's get back to it and see what these crazy kids are up to.
And he is going to... Yeah, I'm going to do this. He's going to look at you. And he's going to, like, close in just a little bit. And he's going to say...
Word on the street is that you're a bit of an arsonist.
Fire dancer. Get it right, or I will smack it out of your metallic mouth.
And you see that, like, very, like, metal-hinged maw, like, open a little bit in its way of, like, that is, you can see that it is trying to facsimilate as best as it can a smile.
So far, you haven't been able to hit anything. Try again, arsonist.
Malachi, the robot, is flirting with me.
As long as you're into it, I mean... Do you reciprocate the feelings?
Go flirt with the buff woman.
It is your turn.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna call over. Blaidd, how are you feeling? I can't recall how much damage they took. That good, huh?
So glad I'm not squishy anymore. So many things.
How does it feel when you get hit? Do you feel? Or...
You ever been roundhouse kicked in the stomach?
Well, no, but I also don't know how your nerve endings work now.
I'll show you after.
That won't be necessary.
It's happening.
Oh gosh. Just for how much damage did Blaidd take?
18 points of damage.
Yeah, for a record, Blaidd is at about half health.
Oh, wow. Half.
Yeah, no, that one hit went to Blaidd's health.
Well, chin up, stay in this, I believe in you, and you can do this! And I will cast Heal on Blaidd.
Oh, nice.
You're back up to full health. It heals you like 40 damage.
Yeah, I would say I feel like it does like a flat number.
Yeah,
you don't have to roll. That's what I love about healing in this game. It just works. So yeah, you are back up to full health.
Yes.
You can feel the dents that you put in. You just right out. Just
There's a moment where Blaidd like kind of shakes it out, and there's like the sound of clanking metal like shunting back into place, and then Blaidd looks down towards Desi and goes,
Now we're gonna have a fun time. I'm gonna get you for that.
And Desi's like legit grinning, and she's like, "Oh, good, a fun time is what I was after." And then she goes down into kind of a slow kind of crane pose, and then she will flurry her arms up in kind of a slicing strike at Blaidd, since you're right there. So I will roll that as soon as here we go. Does 10 hit your defense?
No.
Okay, you will definitely... How do you avoid this, like, flurry of arms?
I think it's at this point, because Blaidd has been hit by an attack similar to this once now by her, and Blaidd is able to lift that hoverboard out of the way and kind of essentially coast above her and towards the other side. And the entire time it's just...
You can't hit me like that.
And she giggles and is like, it was worth a try. And that will end her turn. Who of the four of you are going to go next?
I feel like I have to return that favor. I feel like this dance isn't over.
Yeah.
So instead of reaching for a bomb this time, something a little different. Okay, cool. That's not at all what I meant to roll.
Okay. No worries.
Where is it? I have a tail bug. Somewhere.
Also, I'm not sure what's happening with your mic, but you're coming in fairly quiet.
How is this?
Much better.
Perfect. Yeah, I know exactly what that was. I'm trying... The scythe is great, but I'm not looking for it. I'm looking... There it is!
Uh-oh.
Found it!
Uh-oh. This is gonna be fun.
If it hits, there's no guarantee.
That, my dear, is a crit. A critical success. Which means, yes, it's an auto hit, but you also get to choose from a list of cool things to be able to do on your next turn. Give me a moment while I pull up that information for you. Holy moly, well done. Well done.
Also, for future me reference, so that this is somewhere in someone else's brain, I forget the tail barb is technically counted as an equipped item. It's not in features, like literally everything else I do.
Okay, so you get what's called an opportunity. And those opportunities that you can choose from, you can choose one of the following. The next, an advantage, which means the next check performed by you or an ally will receive a +4. That includes attacking. Affliction, you can make a creature suffer dazed, shaken, slow, or weak. You can do a bond. You can create a bond towards someone or something, or add an emotion to one of your existing bonds. You can cause a faux pas, which is you choose a creature present on the scene. They make a compromising statement chosen by the person who controls them. There's favor. Your actions earn you someone's support or admiration. There's information. You spot a useful clue or detail. I can tell you what it is or ask you to introduce the detail yourself. There's lost item. An item is destroyed, lost, stolen, or left behind. There's progress. You can fill or erase up to 2 sections on a clock if you have one active. There's the plot twist, which is someone or something of your choice suddenly appears on the scene. There's scan, where you can discover one vulnerability or one trait of a creature you can see. And then there's unmask. You learn the goals and motivations of a creature of your choice.
I'm assuming creature of my choice in the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Can you send me? Thank you.
So that everybody has access to that.
That was a lot.
It is a lot. 100%.
God.
Bang. There it is. It's
Okay.
in the Storyteller Lounge. Yeah, crit successes are fun.
This is crazy.
So yeah, Desi takes 16 points of damage of I believe that's what, piercing damage from that tail barb.
The tail barb is bow, two-handed, ranged. Just says physical.
Okay, yeah. How would you describe the tail barb attacking and hitting Des?
Oh, it's very scorpion-like, and it's a little too smooth, because since this is happening directly after Desi goes for it, as Blaidd arcs up and over, that tail just sneaks out around from behind them, and as they're upside down is when it jabs right down, essentially catching Desi in that movement, in that moment of weakness, and then righting themselves on the other side right after. And in that moment, there is another...
I'm not gonna fall for that again. But I might show you some new tricks.
And Desi like clutches her shoulder and looks up at you because that's where you hit her, and like, that's very impressive. And then roll the shoulder back. Like, all right. Let's see what else you got. And she gets into like a more upright fighting position and changes the stance to where she's now in what if you're familiar, especially those of you listening familiar with Kung Fu at all, she goes into what essentially is the Southern Mantis stance, very tough Beifong. It's like, all right, let's see what else you have. And before we get back to that, we will slide on over to our harvester, who is...
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure this is out there. For the crit, I do want to use scan. I do want to figure out one vulnerability of Desi's.
Ooh, cool. Let's see.
Just to make sure it's out there before things...
Going to... Whoop, that's not what I want to do. Stop clicking on it. She is vulnerable to darkness. Darkness magic.
Okay. And with that information, after Blaidd has settled and Desi has settled, Blaidd is going to go.
If any of you are particularly affiliated with the Knight, she doesn't seem to like that very much.
Hi there. I'm Sphinx Akashaa, your champion of Bards, and you're listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play podcast anthology series. I really hope you're enjoying the show. Why don't we get back to it? And her eyebrows raise as she's entering that stance and goes, oh. Oh no. So yeah, any magic that anyone has that happens to use darkness, she is particularly vulnerable against it.
Fortunately, I can only cast spotlights.
Do with that what you will. So yeah, we'll go back to our harvester, who is, I'd say, on the stage, like probably standing in between Diamond and Jodie. He's gonna kind of go for in a feint towards Diamond, And as he's coming towards her, he'll say, or not Diamond, towards Lysandra, and as he's coming toward them, he'll say,
"Want to see how you'll react to this."
And he will take that scythe hand and will backhand towards Jodie to see if he can hit her. And I will roll that for him. That'll be a Reaper's Reckoning. Jodie, does an 11 hit your defense?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to talk about this later.
He will basically hit you like in the middle of your back, avoiding your wings, with that Reaper. It's a multi-attack. I forgot about that.
Let's go.
So first hit hits you for 23 points of damage.
Okay.
Second hit is going after Lysandra. So that was a critical hit. Double nines for 24 points of damage. And he's going to go after Lysandra one more time because that went better than he thought it was going to. 17 versus your defense, Lysandra.
Hit.
For 25 points of damage.
I am down. That actually takes me under my hit points.
Okay, well, what's fun about Fabula Ultima is that I can't necessarily kill you unless you want to die. So, for the sake of what we're doing, you are unconscious currently. As he hits you with that Reaper's Reckoning, and you go down. As you are going down and losing consciousness, he will lean in.
Should have taught you not to play with fire, arsonist.
Rude. I know you're fishing for me to say I'm not an arsonist, but I'm unconscious now, so you won't
You're
get my
unconscious.
reaction.
Yeah.
So I'm also the only one with dark magic who could have taken out Desi potentially.
Oof.
Which you all know because I used a spell last time in combat that was dark magic.
Truth. And I am going to choose. Let's see. For Jodie, because of the crit, you will suffer dazed.
Ooh, okay. Am I still muted?
Which will reduce your insight by 1 die size.
How dare you? My insight, that's important.
So your insight right now, or was a D10, is now a D8.
Why can't I change anything on my sheet for myself? Why? I'm just gonna write it down.
Okay. And that will end his turn. Who wants to go next?
Malachi will grab his cane, twirl it around. Like, you buckets of bolts. She's not an arsonist. She's a fire dancer. And will cast a healing spell on both Lysandra and Jodie.
Okay, how much? That's 40, flat 40 for each one of them, right?
It does, yes.
Cool. So,
get back up and show him what you can do.
40. And then for Jodie. So Jodie's back up to full health. Lysandra is at 40 out of 45.
Did you just heal my health on my sheet?
I did. All right. Lysandra, your eyes flutter open as this cool energy kind of breezes towards you. The musical notes are flying at you and hitting you with this lovely, like, kind of almost breeze-like sensation.
Fantastic. Can I take my turn after I just got brought back up?
I'll allow it.
Fantastic. Basically, goes unconscious, hears the snide-ass remark, is really mad about it, gets healed, hears the music notes, and thinks, alright then, that was rude of you, but at least you know how to hit on more than one person, and I am going to basically spin my staff. I'm going to cast Umbra on 2 targets, being the Harvester and Desi, which means I'm spending 20 mind points to do it.
Okay.
It is an insight plus willpower on a magic check. And my insight is a d6. My willpower is something. I wrote it down. D6, D10.
Okay.
Let's see. 6, D10. That is going to be... I'm actually going to use Lucky 7, because this is the beginning of a new session. I'm going to turn the 2 I rolled on the d6 into a 7, so I'm going to hit for a 17.
17 will hit them both.
Yeah, and it's going to be the high roll, which is going to be the 10, plus 15 for 25 points of dark damage.
25 points of dark damage. Okay, so you see this Umbra. What does your Umbra look like again?
The Umbra basically is smoky black. It is the smoke that comes off of a bonfire. Ooh. It basically has this feeling of like being suffocated by like ash, but because it's kind of denser than smoke. And so being hit by the Umbra, because if you are hit by it, you get the status of weak. It is basically like silt and ash covering you. And so it basically gets spun out of the lit ends of the dragon staff, almost as if putting out the flames that were once in it, because saying you shouldn't play with fire. And Lysandra just looks at the Harvester and says, "You told me not to play with fire. Now you get the smoke." And it just kind of engulfs the both of them.
Okay. All right. I like that. So you can see the smoke kind of like snake around the both of them. Immediately, you all notice Desdemona seems to inhale it and then just starts coughing as she has taken the weak status, and it does 50 points of damage to her because, as Blaidd revealed, vulnerable. Whereas with the Harvester, you see him kind of look at the smoke. He kind of takes it in, shakes his head. He is immune to weak, but he's also resistant to darkness. So you only take half of that. For it, that is 12 points of damage for our Harvester friend. And he will kind of step out of the smoke and say,
"That's how you play. Good. Lit a fire under you, did I?"
What's this with you and fire jokes? Do you have a thing for fire? You should really be careful with that. You could get burned.
I certainly hope so.
And you see Curator off in the wings, kind of. Pretty sure I didn't program flirtation in this one. Okay, well, this is new. Alright. And this is just taking notes. And let's see. Jodie, I believe you're up.
It's me.
It's you.
All right. So, I am going to go with the old reliable. She is going to aim to hit. Because my inspiration has gone down, correct? Right, yeah. Insight. Sorry. Yeah. All right, she is going to... So, he hit me in the air, right?
Yeah, he hit
me in the air.
Yeah.
All right. Did that take me down?
No, you're still flying.
Okay,
It didn't do anything to pull you out of it.
All right, so she is going to aim again towards the one testing them.
Okay.
All right. And this time, she is going to whirl around in the air. And again, the pages of the books just circulate around her as it reforms once more on her arm. And then it's going to kind of be just a teensy bit different. It seems like it's spinning as it's on her arm itself.
Ooh.
And Jodie rolls her shoulders, pulls her fist back, and then if allowed, DM, she is going to propel her fist forward, and the book with the trail of pages behind it is going to head towards her and snap back to her fist to return.
Oh, I love that. Yes, 100% allowing that. That is just based off your description. Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right. I hit nothing because I rolled a 10. 10!
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
That's not how this is happening.
Oh.
No. We're gonna use a fabula point.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's right. I think Jodie doing something that cool is that cool. Jodie is epic. Jodie is one of the most phenomenal people I've ever seen. Blaidd included. And I think in that instance, Jodie's just faking out. Jodie's just putting on a show. Jodie's just messing with them.
Okay. Say more.
Live your dreams. Go forth.
All right. Does the fabula point mean that I'm about to succeed in what I'm doing, or do I roll again?
It gives you the ability to roll again.
Okay.
The fabula points can do a bunch of different things, but like one of those things, which is what Blaidd has invoked, is your ability to re-roll that attack.
Thank you, gracious GM. And thank you, gracious Blaidd. All right. As the book, going along with the plan, as the book propels forward, the pages that it was attached to, just a few amounts, fly out of this band that's attaching it to her arm. Razor sharp, they approach and spin out and aim to hit. So come on, 2 might. Come on. You see it.
So, like, both of those, like, book strikes, like, heading out and striking out at Desi. She's in mid-cough, kind of bats away the first one, and then she's standing up, and kind of turns and misses. The other one misses her. And she looks at you, and you're getting really, really good with those books, but you definitely gotta hit me to get that to. But well done. You're doing it.
I really appreciate that. Blaidd, I think I need glasses.
Oh no.
I think I just keep missing. Can you hook me up with some of those after we're done?
Glasses? Unsure. New eyes? That's more doable.
We'll revisit.
Cool.
And that brings us back up to the top of the round. Which one of you are going to go first?
It's
I
gonna
should
be
also
me.
mention. I should also mention that Desi's in crisis.
Yeah, it's got it. I'm gonna go. It's me.
All right, let's do it.
Before I do anything, I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna spend 10 mind points.
Okay.
On a dance, which is instantaneous. It doesn't count as an action. I just have to do it before or after an action. I'm going to do the Ouroboros dance, which is instantaneous. I choose one ally who has yet to take a turn this round, and that ally may take their turn immediately after mine. I am choosing Jodie.
Yeah.
Just so Jodie can try it again. And what this looks like, it's Lysandra again, like, shaking the dragon staff, and it's that last bit of the darkness waving off of it.
Yeah.
And the fire pops back on it again. Ooh. As this Ouroboros dance, and it's literally just a quick flick, and then a little fiery dragon just spins around Jodie, just a whisper of, try again, right after I'm done. And then in that flick of sending those flames to my moth friend, I'm going to try to smack the harvester with the dragon staff again, just as a physical attack, which is willpower plus willpower.
Cool. Yeah, let's go.
God, please let me roll higher than a fucking 5 this time. Please. That is higher than a 5. That's higher than 5. What is 8 plus 6? I'm bad at math.
8 plus 6
14.
is 14. That is a hit.
That. Cool. The damage is going to be, funnily enough, the damage is also 8 plus 6 of physical damage, but because I have the elemental soul, I'm converting physical damage into fire damage.
Dope.
Because I can do that for free.
So yeah, you smack him for 14 points of fire damage. Where are you hitting him? Where are you choosing to hit him?
I want to kneecap him.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you smack him in the knee with this, and you see him, the knee kind of buckle just a little bit. He smashes his scythe fist down to kind of catch himself, and he, like, as the flames kind of lick and then kind of vanish off of the leg, he will 100% just kind of look up at you and go,
"Now we're cooking. Very good."
Alright. Jodie, go do your thing, please. I believe in you.
Ow.
You're very pretty.
Right. Oh. That shucks. Alright. Believe in me. Alright. And you know what? At this point, Jodie is going to take the book, and she is going to literally chuck it this time.
ooh.
And as she chucks it, the book's the diversion. And she's going to aim to just... Oh, nope, I can't do that. Never mind. She chucks the book and then she goes behind it and is putting all of her weight into it with her arms.
Okay.
This time. Both of them. Come on. 7.
So you are running at Desi?
Yes, always Desi.
Yeah. Running at Desi with
is...
the intent to, like, ram her with your book shield.
Yes.
No, I'm... fucking fabulous point.
This is
you
what...
re-roll that shit. This is not how we're playing this.
That's legit.
Believe in you.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Let's re-roll.
Our dreams.
Don't let my dreams be dreams. 17.
17. In her weakened state, you will hit her with a 17.
Live your life.
Live my life.
And what is your damage on that?
Oh, snap. I forgot about damage. I was just... Okay. 20 damage.
Ooh. Okay. 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 You ram into her, and she is just, like, barely, like, she's in mid-cough as she looks at you, like, still kind of reeling from, like, the smoke that she's inhaled. And you plow into her for 20 points of damage. Good God. You knock her back. And, like, as you knock her back, there is and a splatter of blood coming from her mouth. She does not look good. She lands on her feet, like, into a slide, 3-point slide using her hands. Very like Akira sliding with the motorcycle style. She snaps back up. Okay. And she is going to immediately jump up at you, Jodie, like she's coming to hit you with kind of a overhead knife hand. But in that hand, a staff made of pure energy is going to appear, and she's going to try and strike it down at you with her soul weapon. Fuck. I'm pretty sure that misses you with a 7 to your defense.
Oh, it does miss me.
So yeah, she.
And could I just say that whatever she does, Jodie baps it away with her book.
And as you bap it away with your book, there is like a flash of like sparks, these like blue and yellow sparks that like flash off of your shield and her staff, and she rights herself up again and gets back into kind of a defensive pose with the staff kind of reared back. Well, that's defensive, but it's going to be more offensive because she's readying the staff to try and like swing out and hit again. And she's that's well done. That will end her turn. Let's see. That's a Jodie. That's a Lysandra. Who's next?
Malachi will kind of run and kind of do like a slide into the view of the harvester. Like, it's about time I took the spotlight. And he'll do a bit of a Fred Astaire, Kanan Top Hat-esque dance. And as he's doing the dance, the tip of his cane will light, a little light orb will form, and he does a flourish and launches a Lux attack at the harvester.
All right.
For offensive spell, I actually have to roll for this one. Insight and willpower.
Okay. A 10 will hit him.
Fantastic. 7 plus, that's 22 light damage.
22 light damage, which because he's vulnerable to light damage, as you remember from last time. That's a 44 light damage.
Nice.
And he takes that. What does your Lux spell look like again? When there's like a beam of light? Is it a ball of light?
I'm gonna go with a ball of light.
Okay. So you shove this ball of light directly into his chest, and again, like this flurry of sparks of blue and yellow flash out from the impact point, and he rears back and just. And you can see now that there are these burns and bits of melted metal that are melting into where that dark orb was, and the orb is cracked, solid crack in that, straight down the center of that orb, and his eyes look up at you, Malachi, and they are burning red. He is in crisis now. And
I could be like, I've upset you. I can see it in your eyes.
I was going to finish playing with your friend here, but you have certainly pissed me off.
And Carrera shouts from the wings, also didn't program you to have emotions, but good to see that you're evolving.
I feel like that should be more concerning than anything.
Perhaps. We'll deal with that later. And he is actually going to come at you with a harvesting strike. Right at Malachi.
That's not good. I'm squishy.
The 17 hit. Yeah, I imagine 17 hits your defense.
Yeah.
So you will take 22 points of damage as he goes straight for your shoulder with the scythe, now pointed straight like a sword blade. Just...
Oh god. Pain. Lots of pain.
You play with light, sometimes you get burned. Just ask your friend how it feels to play with fire.
You use the burn line a lot.
Blame your arsonist friend.
You really like that word, and I don't think you know what it means. A little inconceivable.
He turns his head, and it's not like a turn of the body, just the head turns 180 degrees and looks back at you.
I do like the word. Quite a bit. And I might not fully understand what it means, but I get the basic gist. You like to burn things.
No. I just like bringing the light into the world and a little bit of warmth. And a helping hand, which is why I'm distracting you currently, so somebody else can smack the shit out of you.
And he turns his head back to Malachi.
And how's that working out for you, friend?
Well, I will say, this is probably the toughest audience I've ever had.
I will say you do know how to work a crowd.
Thank you, that's actually a good compliment. I've been working on my crowd work.
I love it. I think that brings us to the top of the round again. So, or does that bring us? Or is it Blaidd's turn? Was I about to skip you? I'm so sorry, Blaidd. How do you respond to all of this?
They're reaching into my bag.
Oh shit! For those of you listening, whenever Blaidd reaches into their bag, he has to roll 2d20s, Each number that gets rolled provides a different effect and bomb type.
So, how bad off do each look?
Are we talking?
We're talking enemies.
They're both in crisis. Desi probably looks worse for wear than the Harvester does.
Okay. So, Blaidd is going to pull out this kind of viscous-looking liquid ball from their pocket.
Okay.
And for a second, it's going to consider it. It's actually going to look between the Harvester and Desi. And it's going to take a moment. That, spine of a tail flicks behind them, and their faceplate lights up to this, excited-looking yellow, almost.
Ooh.
And they chuck right under them this viscous-looking ball directly at Desi.
Okay.
And Desi is going to suffer 20 poison damage.
That's one more point than you needed. Desi, unable to get out of the splash zone. He's hit with this. And there's the pain, and then I'm imagining that there are fumes that go along with this. Breathes in the fumes and immediately passes out.
Well, she wanted to play. It was kind of fun. She did hit me. That was fun. I liked that part.
Carrera's in the wings taking notes. She knew what she was getting into. That's amazing. I love it. Top of the round. Who of the four of you are going next? It's now just you and the Harvester.
To the Harvester.
And the Harvester kind of sees Desi go down.
Oh, good. I don't have to pull my punches anymore.
Oh.
And he will, as a free action, activate his crisis mode ability, where he now has these blades coming out of all of his arms and his shoulders, and starts to kind of. It looks like he's about to gear up for some kind of spin attack. But it's not his turn, so he's not going to do that yet.
I'm going to spend, if it will let me, I am going to spend 5 mind points to provoke this creature.
Okay.
Or attempt to. You may use an action to spend 5 mind points to perform check against a creature you see.
So it's opposed might plus willpower. Okay.
Okay.
So your might versus plus willpower versus my might plus willpower.
Okay.
I like it.
Oi! How about you come on over here? Yeah. And she looks at Blaidd. Dang it, I don't know how to... Because she doesn't want to insult.
Robotic farmer wannabe.
Robotic farmer wannabe! Oh, dang it. 6. Try to get past that.
rolled double 8s.
Dang it, I'm going to roll physical dice next time, and you can't stop me. This episode is the evidence, sir. This episode's exhibit A, B, C, and D. Alright.
So, you say that to him, he, stands against it. And he's going to actually form a bond with Lysandra. As he kind of leans back towards them.
She's not really very good at the insults, is she?
She is a very kind and sweet and caring person. She's not used to having to be aggressive. We're getting better at it. Now she actually hits things instead of holding it in and bottling it in. But in the books, they're a very nice touch.
I have confidence that you will help her work on that.
And he just gives you a thumbs up, a pair of thumbs up, the thumbs are now blades, but you kind of get the gist.
2 blades up.
2 blades up. You got this.
I will try.
And that will then be... Is that an action for you to do that, Jodie?
I believe it's a skill, so I believe that is my...
Yeah, that is an action.
Yeah. Yes, that is an action.
Okie dokie. Alright then. Then it will be the harvester's turn. And he is going to step forward and begin spinning like a damn top. Blades just spinning in this cyclone of metal and death, and he's gonna go after Jodie. He's gonna go after Jodie. Jodie's the one that tried to insult him.
Oh,
Can I?
He's buffing. He's psyching me up, even though I failed. He's like, oh man, guess I better.
Jodie is doing her goddamn best and does not deserve this slander. Can I use a fabula point to just essentially put the scythe tip on top of the harvester to just stop the spin? Do nothing else, just... No.
So...
Jodie's been having such shit luck. Jodie does not deserve to be hit in this manner.
You know what? Make me since you are right above him, make me a might versus might roll. Your DL is going to be a 6 because he's right below you, and I'm assuming you're aiming for the center point, like.
Oh yeah, just
trying to get right up top of the head. Yeah, your DL is going to be a 6.
How do I just roll might, or am I rolling might and might?
Yeah, just might and might.
Okay.
So that's a critical success. What else would you like to do?
Can I... Jodie is a lovely being.
Mm-hmm.
And Jodie has been getting the shit end of the stick this entire time. And has been getting insulted by this bucket of bolts for way too long. And that is not how we treat our friends.
Sure.
Has been insulting Lysandra repeatedly, has insulted Malachi repeatedly.
Stabbed him in the shoulder.
At this point, I think, if possible, I'd just like to stab down. Just make it hurt a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and we'll do. What would your damage be? Because your high roll is a 6. What would your damage be on that?
I have no idea what the
What's your
scythe...
modifier on the scythe?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. My only option is to roll it. It won't give me...
Look real quick. I can check it out for you. That's
Please
not
do.
a problem.
Inventory. I did not mean
So is this the scythe from the your module?
It's a scythe module.
So it's plus 16. So that would be you're doing 22 points of damage to our.
It was rude. Unnecessarily so. That was not in good fun.
So yeah, you stop him spinning, and he looks up at you, or no, he doesn't look up. He will feel, because that scythe is now embedded in his head. Will feel up there, and will just.
Well, that was unexpected. Ow.
We can have fun and insult our friends as long as it's fun and insulting. That was getting aggressive.
But I was having fun.
Was anyone else?
I wasn't
No,
until Malachi
no.
got stabbed in the shoulder.
Wait, you said you weren't having fun until I got stabbed in the shoulder?
No, I was having fun until you got stabbed in the shoulder.
Just
Why
had
would
to
I
be
have fun
sure.
if You get stabbed in the shoulder.
I just had to be.
Having fun.
I'm losing
me out.
I'm losing a lot of blood here. Okay, just forgive me.
I'm gonna take my turn, and I'm gonna spend a fabula point to basically form a bond with the Harvester. So it goes both ways now.
It does, yeah.
It goes both ways now. And I'm going to, once again, it's kind of the shake the staff, spend 10 mind points, Ouroboros. But this time, and it's just kind of it is what it is, kind of action. There's no flourish to it. It's really just shaking the flame and sending off those little dragons again. And they go and they circle around Malachi this time. And they basically are trying to lead him over to Desi. So Malachi, you go after me. And my actual... Because spending a fabula point isn't an action, correct? It's just a thing you do?
It's just a thing you can do.
Cool. So my actual action, I am going to... I want to bop the Harvester.
Bop it.
Bop. I want to bop it. Because I want to see it's like... To show it's like, this is what it means to have fun. And just like, bop.
Okay.
So that is 2 10s. Please roll higher than 5. No. 4.
Oh, no. 4 total?
And so it's like 4 total. I rolled a 1 and a 3 on 2 10s. So it's basically just, and it kind of fits. Just attempt to bop.
So it does hit him. It does no damage. It just goes clang. And he, still with the scythe piercing, head 180 turn, and just looks at you.
Did you just bop me on the head?
Yes, that is what friends do. It is funny. Because we are friends now.
Yes, that was funny, actually. It could have hurt, but it was funny.
It's funny. Exactly. Even if it would have hurt you, I would have pulled it back so then it didn't actually hurt you because it's supposed to be funny.
I like you. You've got a good sense
And then
of
it's just...
humor.
I like you too. You seem to match my energy. You seem to put gas in my flame if you get what I'm putting down. Malachi,
And
go
Artemis
heal your
joke.
potential girlfriend. I am not an arsonist. That is just muttering. I'm not an arsonist. I am a fire dancer. Why does everyone think I'm an arsonist? Malachi, go heal your potential girlfriend.
You do start a lot of fires.
You do like to play with fire.
I am a fire dancer. This is not a... Are you trying to give me an intervention? Jodie, are they trying to give me an intervention?
Oh, I'm not muted. Yay, me. Oh, sorry. I think no one should intervene because some things need to work itself out.
See? And I practice fire safety. What arsonist practices fire safety, I do not know.
Ones that want to know how to not be safe.
Exactly.
You know?
She makes a good point.
Yeah. Precisely.
Yes.
Right.
And then it literally crosses the arms. And it's just kind of like angry bunny foot tapping. Frazzled bunny ears. Nose wiggle.
I know this is completely out of... I've actually been seeing a lot of videos lately of, like, angry bunnies just stomping on the floor, and it's so adorable.
I'm angry antler bunny. Yeah, I used the Ouroboros dance, so it's your turn, buddy.
Okay.
And the dragons are trying to lead you to Desi.
I mean...
Come on, Malibu Boo! Let's go!
Healing Desi not wait until after the fight is over?
No! We don't leave our friends knocked out.
That's fair. Being knocked out is very bad for you.
Wait. That one's our friend now, right?
Well, they've been our friend. This is their training.
No, I mean the one that's still up.
Oh, the Harvester is my friend.
I am friends with
the Harvester.
Wait,
we are technically still fighting. This is technically still a test.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were done.
No,
that's why
Jodie had been Jodie had been sliding her book off and just quietly slides it back.
No, we needed a little bit of a frame of mind so no one actually gets killed. Because my little friend here decides to get a little happy with the sword dancing.
Okay,
thank you, Blaidd.
Right. You were a lovely little sword dancer.
That's why I was questioning, because I know we're still in the fights.
Listen, we need to let things run their course. We're not intervening. Go.
Fair enough. I'll run over to Desi. It's like, hey, it's not time for your curtain call just yet. And I will heal Desi for a solid 40 hit points.
Okay.
A choice.
I want to spend another Fabula point. So that because Malachi's magic is flavored with light, so whenever Desi's eyes open, Malachi has like this shimmering aura that is pretty much like wiping away the smoke in her eyes. And it's just kind of enveloping the two of them, because then the dragons that were bringing Malachi over to Desi with the Ouroboros to make him take his turn next, also infuse with that magic to make just a very comforting light for her to wake back up to.
Yeah, it's her.
And could I?
Yeah.
Could I use a Fabula point to I pick up what's being put down, and I raise my book, and I put my thumb on a page and like flick it so that creates a wind so that Malachi's hair can be like majestically billowing during this as well.
Everyone's just wingmanning so hard.
Yes.
Alright. using a Fabula point. There is now lovely, gentle, romantic music playing from Blaidd for these two.
Nice. And Desi's eyes flutter open, and you can see she's kind of dazed, but she sees you, and there's like the lights and the sparkling and the wind and the music, and she's, hi, you're pretty.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Oh, I could sure use some mouth-to-mouth recitation right about now.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Go on and kiss the girl.
Oh,
I don't know how to perform CPR. I'm sorry.
You don't.
GM,
Yes?
can I very gently and friendship-lovingly just push the man's head down?
Yes, you can. And as you do that, Desi says, I can help with that. Arms immediately.
And I'm gone. That is them now.
Pulls you in, Malachi, and it is a lovely, sweet, very. It feels like the culmination of something that's been held in for entirely too long, and you two share your first kiss on the battlefield, or battle stage, I guess. And as you pull apart finally, she goes, that put some breath back in me, for sure. And she is just like, very much like Google-eyed at you, big old grin.
Certainly was lovely.
Yes, as are you. And the harvester is like,
We're still fighting, aren't we? That was very sweet and very nice. But we're still fighting. She's clearly not, but we are.
I mean, yes, we were just making sure you got the cooldown so you didn't try to actually kill us.
Oh no, the safety protocols are in fact still on. I'm not going to kill you. And we're friends now, so doubly so. I'm still going to try to hurt you, but killing is off the table.
Jodie, Blaidd, you're up, buddies.
yeah, it is your turn.
All right, do we gotta knock Desi out again?
No, Desi's out of the combat.
Can we just... All right. Oh, that was super romantic. All right. All right. Now, Harvester. I just... There's no way to roll persuasion, but I'm so...
Actually,
Is there?
it would be insight plus willpower if you're trying to convince them of something.
Okay. Insight plus willpower. And I'm still... My willpower... Why is my willpower 6? Anyway.
And it will be an opposed check.
Okay. But my... Insight is still at that 8? That effect's still in effect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is still a D8.
Take it. Alright. Buddy. I mean, Lysandra's buddy.
And he, the head swivels in your direction.
Yes.
Now, what if, because you see what's happening back there.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just walk out of here so that, like, if I'm afraid if I hit you, it's gonna bring them back to what's happening. And quite frankly, I'm sick of them not getting it. I'd hate to interrupt. Any chance we can just go? Because I feel like the victory that's happened here today is right behind us, and I don't want to lose this victory.
Go ahead and make your roll.
Dang it. Willpower
Insight,
plus willpower. 9.
9. Okay, let's see what happens here. Your boy rolled a 7. So he looks at looking at you, head tilt, head swivels towards Malachi and Des. Des still has her arms like linked around Malachi's neck, and he goes,
Yes, that was very sweet. You have done a considerable amount of damage to both Desdemona and myself.
and he looks down at himself, and there's like all the bits of like his core that are burnt and like melted, and the that orb is definitely like cracked pretty badly.
Well, I suppose.
And he looks over at Duke and Kali, and they're just both like swaying together. Like, I'm assuming that Blaidd's romantic music is still playing. They're swaying together, eating the popcorn, occasionally like looking lovingly at one another, and just swaying back and forth. And
I suppose we could call this a legitimate victory for all of you.
And do you want to get in on this? The whole time she's been still making the majestic wind going with her book. You want to add to the ambiance, Harvester?
he kind of looks over at Desi and
before we skedaddle,
and Malachi, and he just like reaches behind him, pulls out a violin, and just starts playing along. And it's lovely. It's this beautiful like ambiance and very good vibes as this like romantic atmosphere now permeates the air. Desi has begun to like stand up on her feet, I'm sure with Malachi's help, and we are officially out of our first combat, you guys. Duke and Kali stand up from their seats. They throw their buckets of popcorn to the side and are both like applauding. That was lovely. Well done. Well done. Beautifully done. And the theater director is just, my beautiful theater. This very like put upon elf man. It's like, my beautiful theater. You don't just throw popcorn willy nilly. And Carrera's like, there was fire and things on your stage. I don't care. That's we've worked in the budget for that. But just flat out blatant littering, it's just uncalled for. It's rude and just it's disrespectful to the theater. And Desdemona stands up. Carrera kind of comes out on her in her chair and is taking like, well, I've taken some really, really good notes from the combat, and all of you, you all seem to work really, really well together. Utilize your abilities quite well, and in quite creative ways. Well done, all of you. You definitely have, you are still beginners, so you have room to grow, which is great. That's a wonderful compliment, because that means you are just gonna get stronger. And she puts her notepad away, clicks a couple of buttons on her chair. One of the tentacles rises up, kind of in like a snake position around her head, and and she then says, "Well, this is gonna just don't worry about it." And this mist comes out of the tentacle, hits all of you, healing you all back up to full. And she looks over at Blaidd. I dabble a little bit in some alchemy myself. I'm mostly a mechanist, but I dabble.
That felt weird. I don't have lungs. But it innards. Misty innards. You made my innards misty. You misted me. You misted us.
Well, we can definitely figure out some kind of like fan system or cooling system, or even a heating system that will help kind of like evaporate that, so you don't rust over on the inside. That'd be nice. We can work on that.
If we do a heating system, I could be a heater for other people in the winter.
And that will come in handy. One of the desert floor, or one of the dungeon floors, is kind of a tundra, so that will come in handy. And you all kind of are now together, fully healed, including Desdemona. Desdemona gets a bit of that as well, and she kind of shakes her head. Wow, that was you all did very well. I was very, very surprised by how strong you all are. And like turns to Jodie. Jodie, you are so creative. The way that you utilize your book weapons, 10 out of 10. That was great. I'm a little bit faster, and that's fine. But like you're gonna do well out in the field.
Thank you kindly. And as they're talking, Jodie has been taking notes of, okay, need to get a little faster, keep being creative, just writing down what she did well and to what she could improve on.
Yeah. And you all notice also that like any status effects you had are also removed from that spray. The only one who still has any kind of like real, he was not in the midst of that spray, is the Harvester. He was just kind of standing off and away, still playing the violin. He had just gotten into it. And Desdemona goes, "You all, as far as I'm concerned, you've passed your test with flying colors. I think you are very well set to head out into the field. So congratulations. You are not just heroes, but I mark you all officially as adventurers in this weird world that you now inhabit. Some parties like to name themselves, give themselves a name. You can if you want. There was a party that went by the name of Glitter Force 5. They were already apparently a group when they came here. I don't know if they still go by that name. I don't think they're actually adventuring anymore. one of them kind of disappeared. So we're not sure where they are. We know that they're on the 7th floor somewhere. The other 4. We don't know where the 5th one is gone. But
one of them disappeared.
Yes, they actually made it all the way to the 12th floor and lost. And while they survived, they all, for all intents and purposes, retired. And the 5th member kind of went off wandering and has not been seen since.
And you're not at all concerned as to what happened to that one?
Oh, we are for sure concerned. We've had search parties out looking for them for years now. We just have not been able to find them.
What are the odds they somehow went back to their own world?
The odds of that are impossible. Many archwizards and ridiculously powerful mages have tried. This world is locked by a very, very weird and very, very absolute set of rules. And one of them is that they can't go home, that no one here can leave the world until the Dreamer has been defeated or killed. Wish I knew why that was, but here we are. That's kind of what that's been. We haven't had any reports that that particular member of Glitter Force 5 has died. No body has been found, at least. If you'd like, you're free to go to the Corona on your way up to fight him. To go and talk to the remaining members. Last I knew, they live in the Kingdom of Anthem. It is a very interesting place. I feel like, and kind of Carrera kind of turns to Lysandra. Lysandra would love it there. There's dancing, and it's a nation full of bards. So dancers, actors. Oh, Malachi would like it too. You're an actor. You're a thespian. It's a nation full of bards and those kinds of folk. I hear it's a good time. So yeah, if you'd like to try and seek them out and find out what happened to them, you're more than welcome to. I think that would be a great idea, in fact. One of the many mysteries here on Fate House.
So are we just adventurers? Or are we like members of your organization? Are we like freelancers?
Carrera folds her arms and thinks about that. I hadn't actually thought about that. Would you like to join the circle? Is that something you'd want to be affiliated with us? We don't typically, mandate that that's what happens when we train heroes, but we wouldn't. I don't think that our guildmaster would say no. Kali says, yes, I think we can figure something out if you all want to be inducted into the circle officially. That I don't think that our fearless leader would be opposed to that at all. And almost as if on cue, the doors of the theater fly open, and silhouetted in this field of light is a tall woman with a halo of a curly, almost messy afro. You see robes, and as she steps out of the light, the shimmer of light along those robes are blues and metallic golds. and these like lovely kind of almost like leaf-like patterns leafed in this like metallic gold print. And she is dark, like almost like dark chocolate skin, with these blazing blue eyes. Her hair is bone white. And she steps forward, and Callie Zephyrin kind of like raises her eyebrows. Well, I suppose we could just ask her ourselves. As this woman walks towards the stage. So, I hear you all are heroes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ikisha Varo. You can call me Iki. I am the Archon of the Circle. And that is where we'll end our episode. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Whatever time zone you happen to be at, thank you for taking the time to hang out with us. We just finished our very first combat. We got to see some really cool things happen. Fabula points being used all over the place, which makes me so happy. Inventory points being used, which makes me so happy. We formed friendships. We got a romantic moment. Oh my gosh, what a lovely romantic moment, spurred on once again by everyone chipping in their Fabula points just to make that moment happen. I can see this becoming a thing, and I am here for it. We will be back with more episodes, of course, as we continue our story of our hero teachers traversing through Phaedos. The head of the circle has just arrived, unbidden and unannounced to anyone, apparently. And we're going to see where that leads. Once again, I want to thank the lovely folks at my table. Diamond, who plays Lysandra Agni. Brynniursa, the iconic, who plays Jodie Bank. The amazing, fantastic, and debonair Bardic Sweet Tea, playing Malachi. And of course, the lovely, the cryptic, the cute and creepy Selkie Cove playing Blaidd. Thank you all to my table. And once again, a huge thanks to Friday Afternoon Teas. Please check all of like the links in the show description for all the links for where you can find out what we're doing, how you can help, how you can communicate and just kind of hang out with us. And also, go get some tea from Fridays. Be sure to use code MULTIVERSE, MULTAVERSE, at checkout for an extra 10% off. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you once again for walking the storied path with us. And as always, may the dice roll ever in your favor. We'll catch you next time. You have been listening to the Everbright Archive, a TTRPG actual play anthology series. This episode is from the campaign The Last Story. Your cast has been Madness Diamond as Lysandra Agni, Selkie Cove as Blaidd Laoghaire, Bardic Sweet Tea as Malachi Davis, Brynniursa as Jodie Bank, and Sphinx Akashaa as the Storyteller. For more information about our wonderful cast, access to the show's Discord server, or if you'd like to support our show via Ko-fi, please follow the Beacons link in the show's description. We hope you continue to follow us as as we continue to walk the storied path. May the dice roll ever in your favor.